What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Dee Hankins Show, where we talk about life, help you with your curveballs, and celebrate your home runs. My name is Dee Hankins, and we are in the first week, or actually, a week has passed in the new year. We're in the first week of the new year. A week has gone by, and time goes by quickly. It doesn't wait for anybody. But if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. Exactly. And that's what this podcast is all about, making sure that you stay ready. Last week, I told y'all the theme of 2026, which is discipline. Now, when we hear discipline, most of the time it's like, yo, wake up at 5 a.m., eat a salad. We immediately go to the physical. But this episode, this week, or this segment, right, we're going into the final pillar of our core four, and I saved the best for last. We are talking about mental resilience. Now, you can have $1 million in the bank, you can have a six-pack, you can be in church every week, but if you have a weak mind and you let shame, guilt, and fear and can't-do attitudes rule your life and rule your mind, none of that means anything. Your mind is the CEO of your life. And if the CEO is panicking, the company goes down. This is episode 18, The Battlefield of the Mind. Let's get into it. I want y'all to look at a piece of ancient wisdom that describes mental resilience better than any modern psychology book. And it comes from Proverbs 25:28. And it reads like this: like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control. I want you to think about that image. Back in those days, the city's wall was their defense. That is what kept them safe. The bigger the wall, the safer they were. If that wall was broken, it didn't matter how much gold they had in their temples. It didn't matter how strong their soldiers were. If that wall was broken, the enemy was coming in, and they were going to take everything. They're going to kill your soldiers. They're going to take your gold, all the stuff that you saved up. They're going to destroy your temples. They're going to take everything. So that wall meant a lot. Your mindset is the wall. Your mindset is your wall. The stronger your mental resilience, the taller, more fortified your life will be. When you lack mental discipline, when you let any thought of shame and fear and anxiety enter your mind without checking its ID first, your mental walls are down. Let's run through some real life examples. Let's financial example. Let's say you do set a budget. You're tired of being in debt. You set a budget, which is a plan for your money, and you say, no matter what, I'm going to follow this budget. Then you get tired, or you had a bad day, and your mind goes, you know what? You need a treat. You know what? You do need a vacation. You've been working hard and these people don't appreciate you. Go ahead and swipe that and get your vacation going on. There's trips to Southwest has a sale, straight to Hawaii for a week. Hilton's hitting you up in the comments talking about, vacation plans for $199. Sure, you go do that. I know you don't have the money, but man, you're stressed and you need to relax on a beach sipping a pina colada. Now, if your mental walls are down, you're going to do that. And when you do that, your budget did not fail. Your mindset failed. If your mental wall is down and you spend that money, your mindset has failed you. Your mental walls are down. Your city is being broken in. Okay? Now, I know it's the new year. A lot of people are going to the gym. So we'll use another example, physical example. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get it right. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. And this is for you first time goers. The one that's just like, no, I really want to be serious. Because, this has happened to me when I first started going to the gym, like an actual gym. You get in there, you see all these buff people, you see all these people doing, crazy tricks and working out the machines, and you don't really know what you're doing. And your mind starts to, starts to creep in and say, dude, you don't belong here. You don't know what you're doing. Or maybe you got that weekend. You got a good weekend and you look into the mirror and your mind tells you, dude, you look the same. You haven't changed anything. What are you doing? Why are you in the gym? Why are you doing that? That's your mind. If you do not check it out the door, or if your mental walls are down, you're going to stay home. You're going to let your mind win. Your mind is constantly in a battle because it wants to go to what is comfortable. And oftentimes, what is comfortable for us is the undisciplined us. What is comfortable is chaos for a lot of people in the world. Chaos, avoidance, giving into the shame, giving into the guilt, giving into the fear. That is what is comfortable for you. And your mind's job is to keep you comfortable. But if your comfortability, if your lazy boy, if your life's easy, if your life's lazy boy chair is chaos, then you have to create new pathways. You have to create something that's comfortable, but also safe for you. And that means that you have to build up your mental walls. You have to build up your mental resilience. Okay, D. So how do we do that? How do we build mental resilience? Now, and I'm going to keep saying this podcast is all about taking full and absolute what? Yes, responsibility for my life. Let me say that again. If you're listening, this podcast is all about taking full and absolute responsibility for my life. That means living in the my choice bucket. And all of your core four go into your my choice bucket. What can I do to control my mental resilience? First things first, you have to understand the difference between thought and truth. Not everything that you think is true. You may have a thought that says, I'm never going to get out of debt. That's just the thought. The truth is, I'm in debt, but I'm working, or I have a plan to get out of debt. That's the truth, right? Both of those things are true. I'm in debt, but I have a plan to get out. And if you stay, that's mental resilience. That's saying what in modern days they call it growth mindset. But it's just the reality. The reality is, hey, man, I don't like being here, so I'm going to make a plan to get out. But sometimes when it gets so overwhelming, if your mental walls are down and you paid $1,000 here and you paid $1,000 there and you look at it and you still have $50,000 left, that thought may creep in. What are you doing this for? You're not even making a dent. You're not making any difference in it. Oh, that interest rate, you just paid $1,000, but the interest rate is going to go up. And so therefore, you really only paid $200. What are you doing? Those are thoughts that try to rob and steal your progress. And that's why you need to understand the difference between thought and truth. Not everything that comes into your mind is true. So there's another principle found in 2 Corinthians, I believe 25:28, that encapsulates this beautiful. It says, take captive every thought. Take captive every thought. And what that means is be proactive in your mental resilience, okay? That's the my choice action. Take captive every thought. So imagine your mind as a nightclub and you're the bouncer. When a thought like you're a failure, she doesn't love you, I'm nobody, I'm all alone, I'm never going to make it, I can't do it. When those people start to get in line and want to get into your club, you got to go down your checklist. You got to start checking IDs, okay? You have to have a guest list of thoughts that are allowed to enter and chill in your mind. So go down your checklist, right? Go down your guest checklist and start saying stuff. Is this thought true? Take a good look at it. You're a failure. You're never going to make it. Look at it and be like, nah, that's not true. Okay. Is this thought going to help me? Okay, you're alone. She doesn't love you. You're pathetic. You're a waste of time. You're always going to be fat. Does that help you? Nah. Okay, so I don't see you on the list right here. And then be like, yo, you can't get in. Every single thought you have to hold. DJ Johnson, who's a good friend of mine, speaker of mine, in his presentation, he says that most of the thoughts that we have are negative. Most of the thoughts that we have are negative, and most of us have no bouncer. So we allow those negative thoughts of shame, anxiety, fear, I can't do, blah, 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 this and that. We let them in. There's nobody at our door. Our door is wide open, and we let all of the, I think it's like 80% or something crazy like that. He'll fact check me. It's like 80% of the thoughts that we think are negative, and we think like 100, we think a lot of thoughts a day. Okay, I don't know the exact number, but we think a lot of thoughts a day, and 80% of them are negative. And if you do not have a bouncer at your door, you're letting all of those negative thoughts come in, drink all of your joy up, and then leave you with the bill. Mental resilience is metaphorically hiring a bouncer. We'll be right back. As you know, my passion is to help people build resilience, and it's a journey I've been on my entire life. That's why I created the Dee Hankins At Best Student Development Program. I started the program because I once was a student facing major curveballs, and I want to show students that they have a chance at a successful future no matter their background. We empower students with a 6-step framework called Win Your Challenges, and we build a network of support between students and parents and caring adults in their lives. If you're a parent, educator, or administrator and want to learn more about how we build bridges and transform school communities, I invite you to visit my website, deehankins.com. That's DeeHankins.com to learn more about how you can bring the At Best program to your school. Now, why is this urgent? Because bucket number 3 is coming. And if you're new to this podcast, bucket number 3 is natural disasters, acts of God, aka things that are out of your control. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Something in bucket number 3 is coming your way. When disaster hits, your mental resilience decides if you are going to break down or you're going to bounce back. If your mindset is, why me? This victim mentality mindset, dude, a natural disaster, bucket number 3 and bucket number 2 are going to destroy you completely because you keep acting like a victim. Now, if something happens and it hurts and you go, you know what, dang, this does hurt, but I can deal with it, man, you're going to get attacked a lot less often, or it may still be the same, but you're going to feel the results a lot less, okay? When you have this strong mindset, when you have this mental resilience, I'm not saying that life isn't going to hurt you and like life is not going to throw curveballs at you. I'm never saying that. I'm saying that when it does, you're in a position to swing for the fences versus somebody who sits there in victim mentality. Oh, you threw the ball too hard. Life keeps throwing the curveballs at me and they're throwing it too hard. I can't hit it. Oh, it almost hit me. Oh, take me out the game, coach. That's victim mentality. And I see it all the time, especially on social media. You guys we're weak. Our mentality is weak. And I talked last week, I pointed at the men and said, yo, we got to be more disciplined. And it starts in our mind. We let words affect us. Words, right? We let little things affect us. Why? Because our walls are paper thin. We got chain link fences. So words just fly through our walls instead of fortified walls where you don't even listen to that stuff. That stuff doesn't even bother you. Okay? The speech vibrations can't even penetrate the wall or get over it. So you don't even pay attention to that stuff. But when you have victim mentality and you don't have any walls put up, anything is going to throw you off and anything is going to get you down. A resilient mind looks at a curveball and finds a problem to solve. A weak mind looks at a curveball and finds a reason to quit. This year in 2026, we're going to be disciplined, not only with our bodies and our finances, but with our thoughts. We're going to stop letting the enemy come through our mind, come through our walls, unscathed, undeterred. We're going to build our broken walls back up, brick by brick, problem by problem, curveball by curveball, thought by thought. We are going to build our mental resilience up to a point where we are formidable. Your challenge this week is a thought audit, okay? Be a bouncer for an hour, whether or whenever you are in your head the most, whether it's on your way to work, whether it's you're chilling at home, whatever the case may be a bouncer for an hour and think about the things, really be conscious about what thoughts you're thinking about, okay? And if they're negative, and then go down the checklist. Dog, does this help me? No. Is this true? No. I can't let it get in. Or you hold it captive and you reframe it to help you get better. Got to kick those negative thoughts out. Replace it with truth. Yeah, you may be tired, but you're capable, right? Yeah, you may be sick, but you have a willingness to get healthy. Yeah, you may be overweight, but you're going to change that. Let's build those walls. Now, don't forget, this podcast, I want it to be a community podcast. I want you all to share your stories with me. I want you to share your wins with me, your curveballs and your wins. I want you to share them with me. I'm with y'all all 2026. So subscribe to the podcast, follow it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, but most of all, share it. If I said something in here that resonates with you, or you immediately thought of somebody that has their mental resilience not at par, right? Share this with them. Put it in your story. You don't have to share it directly, but put it in your stories. Save it for later. Comment on it. Commenting allows it to reach the algorithm and reach more people, okay? So that's it for this week. I want you to do that challenge. And remember, life throws curveballs, but even curveballs can be hit for a home run. I'll see y'all next week.